This week we're heading north to Boonville. It's been almost 5 years since our last visit, and fortunately much has stayed the same. This area was first settled in 1795 by Garrett Boone of Holland. The 1850s were the golden years, when the Black River Canal opened up the North Country to commerce. The canal's rich history has been preserved at the Black River Canal Museum. After nearly 8 years in the works, the museum had its grand opening last month. Now people from all over the area can get a free history lesson about the early days of transportation and commerce along the Black River Canal.
It was built back in the 1840s. It was an idea of DeWitt Clinton, and the intent was to accumulate more water for the Erie Canal. Once it got started, it turned right over to commerce, and that was the big thing. Lumber, produce, mining. Started at Rome, which is the lowest point, and that's where the water was supposed to end up. Come up to the headwaters at Boonville here, and then it went down to Lyons Falls and emptied into the Black River. And from there, the boats were taken up to Carthage by paddle wheel boats. Now the water was brought in from Forestport through a feeder canal, and that water was accumulated from all up through the mountains.
We asked Ed why the community put so much time and effort into building the museum.
Well, for one thing, the canal was sitting here, nothing was happening. It was just kind of dead. We had the idea. We started with the deployment of the Whipple Bridge down here and a walkway up to here. Then we purchased this land, and one thing led to another. We ended up with what we got. And right now you're in what we call the Mercantile Building. It's the first building you come into. We have a little store here. The next building is our archive building, where we archive material, and we have displays, and we have a little conference center. The next building is an original old canal warehouse. That's for the kids, and you'll see that. And on the far end, we've got an original sized canal boat. It's called a scow. We had the idea and we just moved with it. I don't know if we're not going to make any money, obviously. We don't charge. But it's a good point of interest, and it gets history out there. And this is what we want. We want to keep Boonville going.
I found out something very interesting about the Black River Canal. It only goes for 34 miles from Rome to Lyons Falls, but in that very short distance, there are several locks. As a matter of fact, there are 109 locks. This diorama gives you an idea of what an incredible undertaking it must have been, because from beginning to end, the elevation difference is something like 1,100 feet.
The Black River Canal Museum is open 7 days a week from 10 to 4. Admission is free. Kids of all ages will enjoy the interactive displays and beautiful black and white photographs depicting the early days of life and commerce along the Black River Canal. When you plan your visit to Boonville, be sure to include a stop at the village's unique library, known as the Castle. The Irwin Library was built of local limestone in 1890, one of the many projects made possible by the bequests left by Boonville's successful native son, Cornelius Irwin. The Irwin Library is part of Boonville's Historic District, listed on the National Register of Historic Places, as is the building next door. The red brick late Victorian period house was built in 1875 by local merchant Clark Dodge. The house was willed to the Irwin Library in 1972 and has been preserved as the Dodge Pratt Northam Art and Community Center. The interior is virtually as it was a century ago. including the dark carved woodwork, molded plaster ceilings, and some original wallpaper and carpeting. There are free tours Tuesday through Saturday from 10 to 4. We take a break from our history tour for lunch at a historic hotel. The Boonville Hotel was a popular stop for travelers of the railroad. Today, Route 12 travelers stop for great food and great service by Benny and his friendly staff.
The Boonville Hotel brings back very special memories for me because when I had a law office up here, I'd come here just about every day for lunch with my mother-in-law, and the food back then was absolutely incredible, and it still is today. Order anything off the menu and you are sure to get Boonville taste, Boonville portions, and friendly Boonville service. The hotel was built in the 1850s and it has been run as a hotel ever since then, and it's right across from what used to be the train station. The train went right through here, and now you have to go looking for it because it's a little bit off the beaten path, but it sure is worth finding it.
For all the sons of immigrants, the sons of the native land, there are sons yet to be born to carry on the work we've just begun. Well, good times may come and good times go, but one thing stays the same. It's the feeling I get when I look around. It lets me know I'm home. I make